Yo, what up, shooters, tubers, and goobers? Today I have a public service announcement regarding the CZ P09. This is pretty brand new to me. I probably had it about 6 weeks or so, and I put between 500 and 700 rounds. I don't think I quite have 700, but I have over 5, maybe, I don't know, 550 or 600. It's more accurate. But the story is, last week I went to the range to practice this guy, and I got up in my lane, and I was ready to fire it, and so when I loaded it up and pulled the trigger and dropped the hammer, it wouldn't strike. I was trying new ammo that day. It was U.S. forged steel case. I think it was Winchester. So I just thought it was bad ammo, but so I tried different ammo and it wouldn't strike any round whatsoever. So I took it home and I broke it apart, and I found that the firing pin retainer was sheared through. The firing pin had sheared through the retainer, and then after looking it up, I found out that it is actually maybe not so common problem, but it has occurred. It occurs because of the material thickness of the rolled retainer pin. So I hear some people have problems with these CZs. It's not just the P09, but I think they use the same pins in the P07 and I'm not sure. I think the SP01. I'm not sure, but this is one of the models that has a problem with the retainer pin. So what happened was the retainer pin sheared, so the firing pin was flush inside the slide, so the hammer wouldn't strike the firing pin. I'm not sure how that happened. I think I went to practice this on Saturday. It wasn't working, and before that I had tried on Thursday, and there was no indication at all that there was anything wrong by the end of my range session on Thursday, and then so that's why I was surprised to find that it wasn't working Saturday. So today I'm going to show you guys how to fix that. I got some parts from Cajun Gunworks, which is a popular CZ aftermarket dealer for parts and stuff. I have here a tempered steel firing pin retaining pin and a trigger return spring, because I also heard that that's a problem on some CZ. So today I'm going to do that. I've never done the trigger return spring, so I'm going to try that. And so let's get to it. I've got this. Let's break this down first. So okay, so to take out the retainer pin, we're gonna put it down. If you can see this, the radius on this hole, through hole, is smaller than the radius on this through hole, so the pin's gonna come out this way. So we're gonna put it down just like this. Pin. Punch, I mean, sorry. So we're gonna punch this retaining pin out. Okay, so this is what my pin looks like. Half of it's sheared through. Crazy. Yep, so that's what happened to me. Let's pull the firing pin out. Okay, let's see if there's damage here. I looked it over before, and there's somewhat of a blemish here, right here. That's where the retaining pin goes through. Oh wait. Actually, the retaining pin goes to the front one, and this is for the safety. the firing pin safety. But yeah, there's a little bit of a blemish there. I think it's fine. But I'm gonna order another firing pin from Cajun Gun Works. I should have ordered it, but I didn't. It'll be no problem. It's a longer, I think it's longer by 14 thousandths. The upgraded firing pin from Cajun Gun Works, and it's supposed to be it's $25 for that, and this firing pin retainer is like $5, and this trigger spring is like $7, so it's not bad. The shipping is more than, I think it's like $8, so altogether it's like $20. But the firing pin, the flat surfaces go towards the sight, so throw this in. You got to push down on the plunger, push down on this safety here. Okay, and the safety will capture the firing pin. And this guy. Okay, so this is what the upgraded firing pin retainer looks like, and you see how it's rolled around that opening. It's hard to focus. Okay, this opening goes 12 o'clock towards the sights, so let's do this right. Since it comes out this way, it's going to go in the same way. So 12 o'clock. Let's just get this started. Okay, stuck in there. Oh, and my firing pin's inside already. So I'm going to push the firing pin in while I beat this pin. I didn't do that right. Well, I suppose you should sort of make sure the firing pin, so you can see the firing pin through this hole here. And you want to make sure it goes through the channel. This thing's not facing. Okay, so we should see that channel right there. See that? That's where the firing. That's where the retainer goes. So you got to push it in. 12 o'clock. The gap on the retainer pin. It's not quite 12 o'clock. Okay. It's supposed to be tempered steel, so what tempered means is it's heated up and cooled down to a certain temperature, so the metal molecules line up in a stronger way, I suppose. I'm not a metallurgist, but I sort of understand. Should be using a retainer pin punch, but I think we'll be fine. I'm not going to take it out much anyway. So that's it for the firing pin retainer. Now let's work on the trigger return spring. Okay, so let's take a look at this trigger return spring here. Flashlight here. Okay. So this is what it looks like. This is the spring right here. That's the spring. So we're gonna punch this pin out. I don't think it doesn't matter which way you punch it out because it's not a tapered. It's like a bone retaining pin or like a barbell. I'll show you. So I have the punch in there. This spring is gonna fly out. So we're gonna point it in a safe direction. And so that's what that looks like. So the pin, after that, the trigger floats, it moves around, see? So what I'm going to do, this is the trigger pin, and you see how it's smaller in the middle and wider on the sides? The smaller middle is supposed to capture the spring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this pin, like you see that pin right there, I'm going to stick it on this side of the trigger so the trigger is rigid with the frame. When I put it in, that'll make it easier. Okay, so I grab, this is my trigger return spring, grab it with my pliers, okay, and so this end goes in this hole here, that hole, and then this long end goes in this groove. So let's try to do that. So you grab it with your pliers like that. Stick that in, okay. And my pin should just push straight through. There it is. Boom. Okay. Got it through first time. So let's get it more through and more in the middle. So I guess you should just get it in the middle. That's it. Okay, so yep, captured. So that's it. That's all you need to do to make your CZ P09 more reliable. I think. Do I have everything? Yep. Oh, everything was good. Firing pin retainer and the trigger return spring are good. Let's see. Yeah, I guess there's a little bit of a difference with this spring. It's hard to tell the difference, but I feel better having two trigger return springs, that's all. So, alright. So, I still love this gun. This gun is very awesome. It's a shame that I had, a brand new gun. I had to do that, but the parts are upgraded, and I don't know, I probably won't worry about it for a little while. Keep checking on it, but I'm sure it's fine now. Okay? Thanks, guys. God bless.